Hey guys, what's up? So around Christmas time when I made the giveaway video for the Casio DW5600, I was wearing that watch for a little while and my girlfriend's 7-year-old son saw it and he was like, "Is that one of those watches that like you can't break?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Did you know that you can throw that out of a helicopter?" I was like, "How did you know that?" But yeah, I've heard that you can throw it out of a helicopter and sometimes it's okay.
All right, that one straight up exploded.
And he's like, I really like it. Can I wear it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and wear it. So he wore it for a few days and, it's a G-Shock, so it didn't break. It didn't have any problems. And he really loved it. He loved the fact that whenever the alarm or the timer went off, not only did the sound happen, the alarm sound, but the light flashes on that particular model. And he thought that was about the coolest thing. Anyway, I did a giveaway video for that. That watch is gone. And I told him that I had something for him, and I'm not going to tell him what it is, but if he does enough chores around the house, I'll give it to him. And so we did a bunch of chores, and he earned this, which he doesn't realize. He doesn't know what a G-Shock is. He just knows that this is what a G-Shock looks like, basically. And so now he thinks he has a G-Shock. This is a Casio W218H, the classic camo version. He's had this now for a few weeks, and he's been absolutely thrilled with it as far as I know.
Who cares what you think? You are not my father!
Basically, the dimensions on this, I'll get right to that, are 41.83 millimeters. That's the case. The height on this is 11.23 millimeters. It's a little thicker than it honestly has to be. I don't really see what this does that a Casio F91W doesn't do, but it's a lot thicker. I guess it has more water resistance. It has 50 meters water resistance. And so maybe that's the reason for the case thickness. The lug-to-lug on this is 43.74 millimeters. It'll fit anybody. And the lugs themselves, the strap is 18.13 millimeters. This strap, you can actually buy this strap on Amazon for really cheap. I've put this on other watches, not realizing at the time. I've been putting this on different watches with 18 millimeter lugs for years. And this kind of strap is very, very comfortable. So this is honestly, in my opinion, the most comfortable strap that Casio makes. It's got this thing that the G-Shock has, where you see these little nubbins right here that come out. It basically prevents the strap from going any further, and that way, if you drop it, it acts like a spring and prevents the watch from breaking. So this is kind of like a little minor G-Shock. It's a pre-G-Shock, basically. If you want to get somebody ready for a G-Shock, you buy them this, see how you handle it. It has a plastic crystal on this. The G-Shocks have mineral glass. This just has acrylic. And my God, like this kid has worn this watch for a very short period of time. And he has, I don't know if you guys can see this, but he has f***ed that crystal up. It is scratched worse than any crystal I've ever seen. And I mean, and it was like this after a couple of days of him wearing it. So I honestly think that plastic crystals should be on adult watches and sapphire crystals should be on kids' watches because they just can f*** stuff up like nobody else. But all right, guys, what else is there really to say here? It's made in China, so you know it's good. It's got the Communist Party seal of approval. Comes in a bunch of colors, comes in a bunch of different band styles. It has what I would consider the least intuitive user interface of any Casio watch that I've ever handled. I was thinking about maybe doing a little demonstration here, trying to reset the time, blah, blah, blah. But I honestly don't even want to screw with it because if I do, it'll take me forever to get it back to the right time and the right date and all that sort of thing. I checked his watch after he had owned it for a couple of days, and the time was like 6 hours off. And I was like, why is the time so off, man? When I gave it to you, it was perfect. And he's like, yeah, I was trying to use the different things. When he says things, he means like the chronograph, the alarm, all that. And yeah, I didn't know how. So I was like, and I can't even blame him because it's not really that easy. It's easy, I guess, to get to the different modes. Oh, I'm doing it wrong already. So that starts it. That stops it. And then holding this in, okay, resets it. But it's not very, like when I handle the F91W or the G-Shock DW5600, it's really easy. Just, I don't know, it all just kind of makes sense. But with this one, with only 3 buttons, although the F91W only has 3 buttons, so I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. This one's a little bit different, so there's a little bit of a learning curve, I guess you could say.
Well, maybe you're an idiot.
This one's running at plus 5 seconds per week, which is the worst Casio movement I've ever seen. My F91W was almost spot on. The DW5600 I was using was pretty spot on. But this one is plus 5 seconds a week, which I guess is in spec because I think Casio watches say their watches are plus 15 seconds a month, maybe plus 20 seconds. I forget exactly what it is, but it's pretty close to spec. Either way, I blame China.
What's that?
It was $24.13 on Amazon. The DW5600 I had was $28 on eBay. So I'd probably look out for one of those first, but maybe you guys really like this camo pattern. If you like this camo pattern, then, go for it. It's on Amazon, pretty cheap, not going to break the bank. And if you have it for a few days and hate it, then just send it back. Fuck Amazon. Fuck Jeff Bezos. All right, guys. I've been sick. I don't think I've coughed at all in this video, so you're welcome. But I'm going to stop talking before I keep coughing because I've been coughing all day, sneezing all day. I've been sneezing all week, so if you guys get sick, if you live in LA, put a mask on because you're probably going to catch the flu or the cold or whatever the fuck I had over the past week if you don't. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a good week. I hope you take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. Adios.
I was a PFC on a search patrol, hunting Charlie down. It was in the jungle wars of 65. My weapon jammed and I got stuck way out and all alone. Now I could hear that enemy closing close outside. Just then I heard a twig snap and I grabbed my empty gun. And I dug it scared while I counted down my fate. And then a big marine, a giant with a pair of friendly eyes, appeared there at my shoulder and said, wait. When he came in close beside me, he said, don't worry, son, I'm here. And if Charlie wants to tangle now, he'll have 2 to dodge. I said, well, thanks a lot. I gave him my name and asked him his. And he said, the boys just call me Camouflage. Oh, 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 camouflage. Things are never quite the way they seem. Oh, 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 camouflage. I was awfully glad